All right, guys, this is a project that I recently worked on. This is based on Polymesh blockchain, and this is a securities blockchain. And this project is a Polymesh Token Studio. This is where we can come and create the securities token. And I used Next.js, Typescript, Tailwind, and Redux, which is RTK or Redux Toolkit to build this. And you can actually come here to find out more about what type of blockchain this is. And this is a securities blockchain, which means this blockchain they created in compliance with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, where the identity verification, etc., governance, and all that are very important. And this is why this specific blockchain can be very handy when you handle important stuff like property ownership, investment portfolios, etc., etc. And another reason this is great for us developers is because to build on top of it, like smart contracts or tokens, etc., you do not need to learn any different languages like Rust or Solidity or anything like that. All you have to do is just download their SDK, which is based on JavaScript and TypeScript, and come here in this documentation and go through the API, and you're on your way. And that's what I use to build my portal. So now let's go give you a demonstration on this. To do that, we have to log into the portal. And before we log in, I just need to show you how I set up this user management. To do that, I use Strapi as a backend. And this is the Strapi portal. And this is the content manager. This is how I manage user registration and login and all the security stuff. And before I show you the demonstration, let's go to this diagram to show you how I set up everything, deployed my backend and the front end. I have a Ubuntu-based DigitalOcean droplet. That's where I installed my Strapi v4. When I bring it up, it uses the default 1337 port, but I have a Plesk server going where I manipulate my Nginx using a Nginx reverse lookup. To start that up on port 443 using SSL, and I use a free SSL certificate generator using Let's Encrypt. That gives me this HTTPS setup. And for my front end, I just, from my dev server, from my local dev, I just push the code to GitHub. And on my DigitalOcean backend, I just pull that code over and start it up with a custom port like this, port 4000, 5000, and then use the similar Plesk server setup using Nginx reverse lookup and start it up with SSL on port 443, and same way using the Let's Encrypt, I can access my Next.js front end just like this, something like app.staging.com or something like that. All that being said, let's go back to our demonstration. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and log in using this user. Let's sign in. All right, so we are logged into our security token launchpad. But before I go there, I need to show you that this is protected by this guy right here. And this is where I'm actually logging on to my testnet using the Polymesh Wallet and my Polymesh dev account. But before I go to click this button and go to the portal, let me show you what happens when you don't have wallet installed and you're not logged in to your account. here I am logged into the same portal, but I don't have any Polymesh logged in or anything because I'm using a different profile. So this is what's going to happen. When you click on it, it's going to block you. It's going to check for Polymesh Wallet, and it's going to tell you to install and proceed. To do that, that's you have to click on this link, and that will take you to the Chrome web store where you can find the Polymesh Wallet, and you can then add to Chrome and log on to your account to proceed. That being said, let's go back. Now that we have everything necessary, let's click on Connect to Polymesh Wallet. That will take you to the Polymesh Studio because we have everything we need. Let's click on it. And boom. Now we are at the studio. And in this studio, we have all the reserved tickers list. Tickers are basically something like the stock market tickers. They have to be unique, and they have an expiration date. All these guys I've already created before, but they never really converted into these tokens. The tickers you have to, tickers are something that you have to register with the Polymesh blockchain before you turn them into tokens like this. So, for example, these are some tickers I created long time back. So if I now try to, use them to convert into tokens, if I click on here, and this is what I'm going to get. Ticker expired. They are valid only 60 days. So let's go back, and in here, these are already the valid tokens that we have already created. So to manage them, we can always go manage token, and here using this we can edit them. Now let's go back and create a brand new ticker first. Create new token. And here, let's say if I already created something, it's not going to work like this. One already created. So it's going to say no. The ticker already has been reserved before. So now we have to create something brand new. So let's say YouTube. Let's see if it's available. Yes, it is. Now let's go reserve that ticker for ourselves. And it's just verifying and telling me the total cost of creating this, reserving this ticker will be 1000 PolyX. And PolyX is the cryptocurrency that's based on Polymesh blockchain. And this currency is used for any kind of ticker creation, token exchange, etc., etc. So now that we know that that's what's necessary, and it's also given me the Polymesh ID that will be related to this ticker. So I'm going to hit confirm. And as soon as that confirm is hit, it will invoke this Polymesh blockchain using this Polymesh wallet. And I'm going to have to enter in my account password. And I can check this so that it remembers for 15 minutes so that all the necessary transaction is not going to prompt me for password every time. So I'm going to hit sign. And it's successful. So basically, using the SDK, it's just created the necessary smart contract to generate this ticker. And here I have created this timer, and now it is actually counting down to 60 days and let me know when it's expired. Once this is expired, I'm just going to get that red marker saying that token has been expired. And at this point, I can just go on and make the necessary changes. Basically configure my ticker and move on to creating the token. But just to show you, I'm just going to go back to my studio. And just to show you that this is the ticker that has been created. See if it's expired. If I go there, I'm just going to get expired. But if I just go here, I'm just going to be shown that this is still valid, and this much time I have left to convert this into a token. So now let's go and create our first Polymesh token using this portal. We're going to call it YouTube Polymesh Security Token 1. And we are going to check, like, let's say for funding your project or whatever. And this is security identifier. We're going to choose this. And this is going to be a, let's say seed funding, right? We can change that. We can edit this out once the token is created. So let's keep this as is for now and save the token. And now it's actually telling me these are the ones we're going to go ahead. This is the setting of the configuration. And once I hit configure or confirm it, it's going to go ahead and convert this ticker into a token, as this process is going on right now. And it's going to tell me to sign in, but since it's within the 15 minutes, it's remember my password, I'm going to sign. And this is going to go ahead and talk to the Polymesh blockchain, write the necessary smart contracts, and once successful, it's going to go ahead and create my token for me, and it will have the name YouTube. It's successful, and boom, it's going to give me congratulations and all the confetti being dropped. And we can just click on Manage Token. Come here. See, now it's no longer here. The YouTube is not here because it's no longer just a ticker. Now it's showing up right here. We have just created our Polymesh-based security token, and I can just hit this to manage token, and I have all the details here on this token, which we can edit. See, this is now seed funding, right, as the assigned funding round. So let's click on edit, and from seed to upgrade to Series A. And just to see if I can change this security token name, I'm just going to change it to 2 and hit save. And it's going to try to update my token status, and it's going to tell me to sign in again. And this is how it maintains all the security and anything necessary and identity verifications. So if I hit sign, once successful, we're going to just see this seed change into a Series A funding, and this name will have a number 2 in here. So let's wait. And it's successful. And now it's going to go ahead and make the call to the Polymesh blockchain and collect the data for me, updated data. And boom, now it's a Series A, and the token name is upgraded to token number 2. And we can always go back and find our new token right here. And this is the functionality of our Token Studio. We can just create or reserve any ticker and turn those tickers into successful tokens. And we can always go to manage token and update any of these funding rounds or security status. And just to show you, just to prove to you that these are not just any sort of UI UX gimmick, this is actually a token that got created in the Polymesh blockchain. Let me just go here to show you. This is a similar type of Token Studio. You will be able to do everything that you can do in my Token Studio, but this was created by PolyMath, That's a Polymesh's own security token company. So I'm just going to go ahead and refresh. And this is all these are being created on the test net. So right here, we can see our YouTube token we just created. They just display the information differently. But if we hit the manage token, and that's where we know, all the details. And they also let us edit all that information, but we're not going to go all that. But just wanted to show you that this is an actual token with all these attributes got created using my Token Studio same way. That being said, let's go to the code. All right, so we are back at the code, and this is Next.js backend, and I wanted to start here to show you my .env.local. This is where I'm actually connecting to the Strapi backend to handle my authentication, and this shows what I was talking to you about, SSL implementation. And that being said, I don't want to go over all the UI UX stuff. Just gonna show you the main important parts. For example, let's start here at the service level, Strapi API client, and this is what helping us connect to the Strapi backend for authentication. And this is the authentication management service. This one here, I'm handling the login, logout, checking authentication status, and registration or sign up. And then this is the most important one. This is the one I'm using to connect to Polymesh properly. And all these necessary libraries are given to us by Polymesh SDK. And using this, we are creating this Poly client, which we are going ahead and using in multiple places, starting right here, Polymesh utils. And this is the one, see, I'm getting that get poly client, and then I'm using it to check whether the Polymesh wallet is installed or not. If it is installed, then whether the user is logged in or not, etc. All that status and extra function to get some extra information. All these utils are right here. And then comes the actual store, our Redux store. And here, there are a few extra things, but what is important here to look at this guy right here, API Polymesh. And this is properly set up right here in the store. And to implement it properly, we have to go under pages and find this guy, app.tsx, because I'm still using the pages router at this point. So right here, the provider, this auth provider and provider, these two guys are most important. This auth provider is giving us the authentication service from Strapi, and this provider is our Redux provider, and this is where we're wrapping the whole thing with the store. And that being said, now let's go check the most important part. That's the only thing I'm going to show here, which is how we handled all the Polymesh functionality. And that's sitting right here under features. I'm using Redux here. So API Polymesh, boom, there you go. So create API, I'm using from RTK, and all the necessary stuff I'm bringing in, Polymesh client, React query, etc., etc. And now here are all my functions. So these are mainly the get functions, or where I'm getting all the reserved tickers. This is what I'm using. And as you can see, the polyclient.assets.get ticker reservations. These are all SDK functions given to me to get all the ticker information. And here, get assets. That means all the other tokens. Basically, these are the tickers, and these are the tokens, the actual tokens. So these are the real assets here. So at this point, I'm getting polyclient.assets.get assets. I'm using that. And here I'm getting the single ticker information. basically these guys right here, single tickers. But here we are not really getting much information from here. We're getting the name and the expiration date. And that's what this is doing. And then single token details. Now this is polyclient.assets.get fungible assets. And then we're getting the details out with another function called .details. And this is giving us these information, all these extra details, and being able to edit. So that's what we are getting right here. And then some additional info, the funding round. Anyway, no problem. The SDK covers it all. And then this is for testing. We don't have to go through that. And here comes the mutations. This is how we are editing the tokens. The fungible asset.modify. This is where the CRUD operations begins. The new mutation for the tickers existence checking just to check whether the ticker exists or not. We have to create this mutation. Mutation reservation. Okay, now reservation ticker. This is where we are actually creating the reservation, and this is how they do it. Reservation queue.run. See, you bring in the same or create the object from same reserve ticker, provide the ticker name, but then to actually write to the Polymesh blockchain, this is the function to use. .run, always .run. For example, here expiration date. Okay, this one just checking for the expiration date for the ticker. This is not a big deal. But this is where mutation for the configuring the token. Now, configuring the token means actually creating the token. And like I mentioned before, this is the one to watch. Everything is normal, but here, once everything, all the data is finalized, you get everything, and then you create this object, create assets, and then .run. That's a must. And this last one is KYC verification. This is an advanced one. It's KYC means know your client. These verifications come in for the security tokens, advanced stuff, but I didn't really use it. And that, my friend, is all there is to know about our Polymesh Token Studio based on Polymesh blockchain.